everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. My name is Loretta. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a flip through of this vintage journal that I recently created. I'm going to make another video with just a flip through of this, but this one's going to be a little bit chatty. So let's just get started right away. So here is the cover. As I go through it, I'm going to talk about the book and the different pages and stuff. The next video that I'm going to create is going to be just a flip through. So if you don't want a chatty video and you just want to see the journal, then I'll leave a link to that below and you can watch that one instead. Okay, so here's the cover and the closure. This is Sorry Silk, and I put a little ball pin with a bead. So this book is, I kept the cover, as in I didn't put any fabric or cover it with any other paper. The book is Modern Shrubs. I don't know the year, I don't remember. I could go back and look at my papers, but I did pick it up. I believe I picked it up at a coffee shop slash bookstore that's just about 45 minutes to an hour out of the town that I live in. And I bought it because it had these images. Oh, I wish I had those handy. Anyways, it's fine. The book had these color images. It only had 3. And I chose one of them to put on the cover of this journal. The 2 others, just they had colors in them that I didn't feel like really jived with it, so I chose this one. And then there's a bunch of other pages that are just like this with these illustrations, and so I stuck them here, but we'll get into that. So I cut out the image. I just kind of like ripped along the edge, and I stained it with vintage photo. This is tea stained wax paper, and I just put that underneath, and this one kind of wraps around just a little bit here, and that's like a crinkly paper, and you can kind of see like the little crinkles there. Like I said, I kept the cover because I loved the green. I just think that it's such a pretty green, and I put these little corners on the book corners. I have bronze ones as well, but when I went for the rose gold, I just thought that the color looks super nice. And I put a couple on the back as well. On the inside, so like I said, this is a page from one of the books, and I just stuck that on there. Under here I put a piece of cloth, muslin, I believe, that I got at a fabric store. And then I stuck this piece of cardboard on that I decorated, and I stuck the signatures to that. So there's 2 signatures, and the book is very like it's blank. There's not a whole lot going on in it, and the reason I did that and chose 2 signatures was because you can write on all the blank pages or decorate all the pages, and then of course it's going to add bulk, so you know it might end up coming out like that. So that's why a lot of the pages are blank. So in the first signature, this is like I guess a sandwich bag, paper sandwich bag, and that's the first page that is at the end of the signature as well, obviously. Inside I just put a few vintage papers. These are railroad passes from the 1940s. I have these in my Etsy shop as well, scanned, so you can download those. And this is a piece of tea dyed paper and vintage music sheet paper, so I just slipped that in there. This is sketchbook paper, and I just ripped it out of the book because I like the top when you rip book pages out like that. So I tea stained this as well. It's very, very light though, you can't tell. And I stuck piano roll paper onto this. The piano roll paper is really pretty thin, and I figured to give it more stability, I stuck it on the back of that, because once the needle goes through the signatures, it's going to tear quite easily. This is tea stain paper. I do all of my own tea stain paper. This is wax paper that's tea stained. So once I'm done with my papers, I lay them out in like a pile in stacks on wax paper, and this is the effect I got from doing that. So I use these in my journals as well because I think it looks cool, and it has that cool crinkly sound. This is the sketchbook paper again, tea stain paper. This is a coffee filter, like an actual coffee filter with real coffee stains. I like keeping those too. I think they look super cool. I make pockets out of them as well. Tea stain paper, this is the middle of the signature, and I used wax thread and I tied a vintage milk cap that I poked a hole through. The same with this wax seal. This is one of my wax seals that I made with lavender, and I poked a hole through and put a eyelet and then just stuck it in with a ball pin. On this side, this is vintage lace that I tea stained. This is the other side of the coffee filter. Tea stain paper, the other side of the scrapbook paper, sketchbook paper, the wax paper, and the other side of the piano roll paper. And that's the end of that signature. There's a bag, the end of the bag. So this end, the first part here, I ripped this open so that you can tuck things in there, and then that's the end of that. So this is the second signature. See, just to point out the middle there that this is just cardboard from packaging for something I received in the mail, almost like that photo packaging, like it's thick cardboard. And I painted it and stamped it. Sorry, I'm just going to open up my curtain because I think, okay, the sun was shining in so brightly that it was almost too bright. So I couldn't film like that, but we're good. Wow, that's really nice light now, isn't it? Okay, so the second signature is tea stained paper, and I made a pocket out of that wax paper that's tea stained, and I slipped in one of the pages from the book that I used to make the journal. And there's another coffee filter. This one has great staining on it. Love that. Tea stain paper. This is handmade paper. I reinforced it with some washi. This is like that PET washi, like it's like plasticky, shiny. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Sketchbook paper. Tea stain paper. I love the way this one came out. This is so dark. This was one of the pages that was on the bottom of the stack, and those ones get some really deep staining. This is a piece of pattern tissue paper that I received with a stationery order. This is tea stained paper, and this is a pocket that I made out of one of the coffee filters, and inside I put an altered playing card. Found these at a thrift store. I thought the color went really nice, and I altered it. And then also, this is a bridge score paper. And you can journal on that, you can decorate that, you can do whatever you like with that. Put that in there. Vintage music sheet paper. This is the middle of the signature, of the second signature. And I stuck this on regular copy paper because this is super fragile. This will tear for sure once I sew in. Sorry for that noise, that's my turtle, she's very noisy. Once I sew the signatures in, this is just going to tear, so I just put that on. So this page is quite thick, and this is a great page to add a pocket. Tea stain paper. This is the other side of the filter. I stuck that right on there. The other side of that tissue paper, tea stain paper, sketchbook paper, the other side of the handmade paper, tea stain paper, the other side of the coffee filter, and the other side of tea stain paper. And at the last page, I put another page of the book in there. And that's the end. The back is blank. So yeah, I like the little bits that are sticking out. I like this little lace piece that's sticking out too. This journal will be available in my Etsy shop. At the moment, I'm only able to ship, or I only have it listed to ship to Canada and the US. If you're interested in purchasing this journal and you live somewhere else in the world, just send me a message on Etsy and I will look into how much the shipping would be, and we can go from there. With the journal, you'll also get a little package of a little gift of some papers and some other little things, little trinkets, stickers, stuff like that. But I'm gonna keep that a surprise because it's nice to get these little surprises when you order this kind of stuff. Yeah, so there's also a little bit of thread hanging out there from the from when I reinforced the spine. And then there you have it. So I will leave a link to my Etsy shop below in the description, and I will leave a link to the journal as well, so you can just click on that and have a look there. All right, thanks so much for watching, everyone, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.